Hey everybody, my name is Digidestin39 and welcome back to another UnOrdinary. So, well, I don't know how to address this, but I tried to fast pass and basically do a thing where I could record episodes in advance, but then things just happened because I read the chapter, I continued to read the chapter even though I knew recording it wouldn't actually work. For some reason, I just read it. So yeah, I tried to fast pass being a clever son of a bitch so that I could get this video out like about 5 minutes after the chapter would come out live for everybody. But things just didn't quite work out, and out of like, well, guess oh well, I paid for the chapter. I read it entirely. So I know what happens. I know it's a bit of a meh chapter, and I know that Arlo calls his aunt. And there isn't really much to this chapter other than John basically gets upset about the safe house. But I guess I can use this as a review instead of a reaction, because since I've already read it and have reread it a little bit, I can basically give my thoughts on it a little bit as I go through it this time. So without further ado, I guess let's just fucking get into it. I know I'm an idiot, I address that, but oh well. So John's just minding his own business. Hey, did you hear about the safe house ad? Yeah, I think I might check it out. The Royals will be there. Really? Okay, I'll come then too. And then the random ass people. Damn, he's looking straight at us. Let's get out of here. Safe house? Yeah, that's right. Zeke. Fuck. Well, I can't say that you didn't deserve this, but you totally fucking deserved this. Holy shit. And boop. Just following him like a creep. How else do you expect him to address that? You just were following him. You've got some nerve. Did you really think I wouldn't notice you tailing me? Hey, don't get it twisted. I wasn't gonna pull anything. Just wanted to talk. Yeah. And now this is the point where he kisses up to John like a fucking asshole. I want to acknowledge you as the new king. Blah, 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 blah. Just give me a call. I'm all ears. And yeah, John's addressing the fact that, okay, so now it's like yesterday I was a cripple, and because I'm king, now you want to kiss my ass? He's just, I don't know. It's just John addressing the problems of the hierarchy again, mostly. And of course putting Zeke in his place. And then Remy, you're fucking late. Sorry, I was in class. What did you want to talk or meet about? Yeah, they need to choose a candidate for Jack, and he chooses Cecile, even though... And Arlo's telling her that that's basically what he was gonna do. Even though Blake was Jack before, you could have just made him Jack again, but whatever. But yeah, he chooses Cecile, And then John thinks that, John basically thinks that it's a way for them to try and overthrow him for some reason. He legitimately thinks that it's like, minimize his authority, but it's like, I don't know, I can't fucking put my words into action in this video for some fucking reason. It's because I'm fucking tired, and I've already read this chapter, and it's already screwing with my head. Sorry. But yeah, John is just trying to say, like, this is you trying to overthrow me already. And it's like, no, that's not the fucking case. She just wants to make a club for everybody to feel safe. She's telling him doesn't even have anything to do with her. And there's a lot of high tears. And the moment she mentions Seraphina, he flips. Don't patronize me. Why the hell would I ever set foot in your safe house? You're so fucking dumb. Everyone you've listed is trash. What do you want, pretty much? Because she's essentially addressing the fact that he will never be satisfied, and he says that. Yeah, the most powerful person in school, so I expect... And she's basically saying, like, you need to set an example as the king. Except, and he doesn't want that responsibility, even though he is officially king. It doesn't matter now. Better watch what you say in front of me. Throw me all you want. And basically he's saying the safe house will blow up in their faces. Can't breathe! I'm not feeling too hot. It's not Corona, I swear, it's not Corona. When it blows up in your face, you'll finally realize how delusional you are, yada yada. And, well, do you blame him for not wanting to, work with some of you? Some of you blasted him with a laser. Some of you broke his arm. One of you brought him out to a field and beat the shit out of him. There's really... His trust level with high tiers has just... He just doesn't want to trust anybody because he feels like they will beat the shit out of him. And that's why he's kind of doing that with Cecile. It's like, she doesn't really even have any intention of harming him, but he still treats her like shit because he doesn't want himself to let his guard down. He doesn't want to trust anybody because that's exactly what he's done with Arlo, with Claire even. And Claire only betrayed him once, but Arlo went behind his back and stabbed him like multiple times throughout the first season, pretty much. And this isn't really any redemption for Arlo, by the way. I'm sorry, it's just... I know there's a lot of people who are like mad at UnOrdinary for trying to make Arlo seem like he wasn't the bad guy all along. That's not what she's trying to do. She's trying to give him a redemption arc. The thing is that Arlo, though, he doesn't want to admit the fact that he fucked up. He doesn't want to address the fact that he was the one that first approached John and was an absolute asshole. He doesn't want to address the fact that it's all his fault. And he's like trying to play it off like, oh, I tried to do it democratically. Oh yeah, like when you beat him, you slammed him against the locker and told him to go fuck himself after he'd already gotten his ass beaten up by Zeke. Or, yeah, right after he and Sarah got beat up by Zeke. And then later, when Seraphina got kidnapped, you told him again to go screw himself and to do it himself. And then you got mad, and then he got mad at him for doing it himself. Because that's what he told him to do. And it's like, well, what do you want from him? Arlo wasn't being satisfied either by any of John's actions. That's kind of why, that was part of the reason why he wanted to overthrow him. It's just, for me, Arlo needs to actually address the fact that he's fucking up. The fact that he is the one who is an absolute asshole. That way, we can move on and, well, I mean, technically he did acknowledge that he was being an asshole when he tried to apologize to John, but at that point, it was too late. And even then, he didn't, like, stop trying to dig, he didn't exactly stop digging the hole. Arlo still has a grip on that shovel, and he keeps digging the hole deeper. All he did was acknowledge the fact that he's still holding the shovel, if you know what I mean. And he's not really doing anything to change that. He needs to address the fact that he's been an asshole to John. That's why he's being an asshole back. And that's also why John isn't trusting a lot of the other people. It's because these guys all were kind of assholes to him at some point. With Blake, it was somewhat, the reason why Blake was mean to him was sort of justified, though. Because he smacked away Remy's help, because it triggered a flashback for him. And granted, yes, with that big of a laser, and how it burnt through those lockers, it could have actually left a hole in his head. Just saying. And we know Blake isn't that great of a shot without Eisen. So it kind of makes me concerned, you know? Anyway, let's finish up the chapter. Yeah, he's talking to his aunt, who is Vulcan, by the way. His aunt is 100% Vulcan. Well, thanks for ending my recording. Gosh dang it, guys. It was just the Joker's ending my recording short. Anyway. Because apparently when Discord calls, screen recording decides to go fuck itself. I don't understand that with Apple. But yeah. I think I pretty much said everything I wanted to say in this chapter. It's just Arlo still doesn't quite want to address the fact that a lot of it is still his fault. And that he is addressing that it is his fault, but he's not addressing the fact that he was a total asshole. And that he was a total asshole to everybody. He pushed John to be the king. That wasn't something John just made up. That was something Arlo specifically wanted him to be. Was king. And none of them want to address the fact that he was taken into the police and rehabilitated. No, nobody wants to address that. Because, that was obviously incredibly scarring to him. But no, we're just gonna only care about the fact that he was king before and he got expelled for beating everybody up. No, we're just gonna take that at face value. Just like everybody else in this fucking series. I don't know, it's just, I'm still saying a lot of what John is kind of doing is justified, but at the same time, there's a lot of his actions that still are not okay. like having the king role and not doing anything with it. He's doing exactly what Arlo did, which was ignoring his duty. He's a hypocrite right now, yes, which is what Remy was saying, is he was being the biggest hypocrite out of them all. Which makes no sense, because he wanted the school to be at equality, and it ended up being shit, you know? Granted, there is the theory that John's ability has, like, the more he uses it, the more it fucks with his brain. Because, let's put it this way. What if he's not just copying abilities? Their abilities are essentially, like they were explaining in another chapter, it's their aura. It's basically their soul. Their powers are attached to their soul, in a way, because it's their aura. And because of the fact that John can, like, copy abilities or manipulate his own aura into theirs, it makes you think, does that mess with his head? Does, like, essentially taking their aura or manipulating their aura to be like them, does it mess with his head? As well as the things that he can do. Kind of think of it this way. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like with many versions of Spider-Man, he gets sick and tired of saving lives because they don't care about him in his personal life. All they're grateful for is the fact that he's always there. But when, like, many versions, of course, where, like, Mary Jane dies or his love interest in general dies, no one cared. And that's why a lot of versions of Peter Parker become evil, is because at that point it's like, I've used this power to help people, but for what? Or even then it's like, or for example, even Doc Ock in the PS4 Spider-Man, even. He finally given the ability to move, and that got to his head. He was able to finally exact revenge on Norman Osborn, the man who screwed his life over. Absolute power corrupts, man. And I think that's kind of what happens when John uses his power, because John was really stable the first few times that considering where he is at now, he was a lot more stable when he reawakened his ability, essentially. But you could tell in those fights, he was starting to lose himself really fast. Like, he could not stop himself. And I think that's kind of part of the reason why he beats everybody so brutally, is because the power literally goes to his head and messes with him. I don't know. It kind of just feels awkward for all the characters, really. Even if it isn't John, everybody has a problem, and nobody wants to really address their problem. Nobody wants to talk about their problem. Nobody wants to let them talk about their problem. It's just big oofs all around. But I guess I have to leave the chapter, or the episode here. What am I doing? It's a video. Gosh, I am tired. But that's my views on everything, pretty much. And yeah, I guess with Arlo, this could easily blow up in his face, because if you remember the Ember article things that were on the announcement page of Webtoon for a while, there was Arlo's Ember file, and his assessment was acquire target. So, you know, if Auntie is related to Ember, of course, which, I mean, they are at this point, because she's the one who killed Rai. I don't know, I feel like shit's gonna hit the fan, you know? Like, the aunt might just use this as the time to kidnap her own nephew. Or maybe she's even defending him, so that, or like purposefully delaying it so that they don't touch him. Who knows? Who knows what's going through fucking Vulcan's head? We only saw her for a couple chapters. But other than that, I think I have to leave the video here. So live long and prosper, always volunteer, distribute, and peace out. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!